Controlled opposition. Controlled opposition is defined as follows: a strategy in which an individual, organization, or movement is covertly controlled or influenced by a third party, and the controlled entity's true purpose is something other than its publicly stated purpose. The controlled entity serves a role of mass deception, surveillance, and or political social manipulation. In most cases, the controlled party is portrayed as being in opposition to the interests of the controlling party. It was Vladimir Lenin who explained it best, quote, "The best way to control the opposition is to lead it ourselves." This meme says it all. It ties together controlled opposition to what's known as the Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution, which is, quote, a framework for guiding thoughts and actions into conflicts that lead to, keyword, synthetic solutions, which can only be introduced once those being manipulated take a side that will advance the predetermined agenda. All that explains everything. No wonder. It's us against them against us. Pick a side. I'm not going to pick either side. How about that? I got to watch my blood pressure, I think, maybe. Enter this Hugo Talks video, appropriately titled, "Turbocharge Your Discernment." Listen to what he had to say. Controlled opposition is obvious. This is the problem, the Hegelian dialectic. The amount of people who are part of the system, pretending to be on the side of the people, are everywhere. And they cover every angle. They're all working with one another to lead the people somewhere. Sometimes deliberately leading you the wrong way to waste your time. We're going to talk about that. You have the mainstream media, which is the first net in order to catch people and influence them with their propaganda. Then, of course, they create a second net. By the way, the web, the net. I'll leave it right there. Things that make you go, A second net to catch those that see through the first net and bypass it. This one is part of the second net. No. Don't fall for that one. You need to turbocharge your discernment. The problem is that especially Christians, we are so gullible. Here's a follow-up video that I think I'd be grossly remiss were I not to also include the link to and quote. With Kanye West, we have someone who I think is a complete puppet of the establishment who they have been molding and changing over the last few years. I mean, I personally think he's pretending to be a Christian. I mean, come on. He did a Sunday church service gig with Satanist Marilyn Manson on Halloween. So, I think they've changed this well-known black celebrity, given him this new image of being a Christian, who then puts out these anti-Jewish messages on Twitter, gets banned, and then buys a social media app. I see a psyop here. I can see how this maybe could be used as part of the anti-Christian agenda, which I've mentioned before. At the moment, we have a celebrity who has suddenly turned Christian recently, who could then be told to act crazy, unstable, for example, say like similar to, and I want you to listen very carefully to this quote, similar to the Alex Jones playbook. You know, have the guy act crazy, tell maybe 60% truth, which then discredits anyone else who holds the same views despite them being factual. Oh, I get it now. Wow. And that really makes sense. Let's package up. Isn't that just like Satan? How insidious. Okay, maybe that's too much. Let's just package the deception, and we'll wrap it up in wrapping paper of truth. Just a little itsy bitsy bit of truth. And then, when you do that, you throw the proverbial baby of truth out with the bathwater of these puppets, this controlled opposition. He continues. This is interesting. Looking around the popular Christian YouTube channels the other day, I started noticing how many of these channels, specifically the American ones, he's in the UK, seem to link with one another. They're all appearing on each other's shows, all doing podcasts with one another, creating that circle of cross-promotion that I mentioned before. And when I looked into some more, I found a number of them were connected to many of the New Age doctors and characters from the MAGA Reawaken America tour. That's a deception. You may not want to hear it. It is a new age of Aquarius, new age awakening. It has its roots in Gnosticism, and it is demonic. And I'm speaking to you the truth, and don't take my word for it. You search the scriptures yourself and see if what I'm saying is true. This is a deception.